Alright, howdy y'all. It's going to be a tutorial for A Life Where We Work Out by Flatland Cavalry, the guitar solo. So I'm going to play through it quick, and then I'll play through it slow, give you all some tips and pointers. So here it is quick. Alright, so we're starting off 11th fret, 1st string. We're going to slide up to the 13th fret, 1st string. We'll come back to 11th fret, 1st string. Go ahead and take the capo off. We don't need that, and I'm just going to reference the true fret numbers. So 11th fret, slide up to 13, back to 11, hit once. 6th fret, slide up to 8th, come back to 6th, hit once. So that's the first little section. So far we got so make sure you're familiar with each section before you move on to the next, and you're confident with that section. So the next one is going to be the walk down. We're going to start off on the 8th fret, 5th string. It's going to sound like this. So essentially what that is we're following the pentatonic scale in the key of C. So if that means anything to you, if you're into the music theory, it's pretty simple, straightforward. But if not, it's a very simple walk down. We're just going to be sliding from 8th fret, 5th string up to 10th fret, 5th string, hitting 8th fret, 4th string, hitting 10th fret, 4th string, hitting 8th fret, 3rd string. And then once we get to the 10th fret, 3rd string, we're going to be bending, kind of a quick bend, come back to the 8th fret, 3rd string. We're ending on 2nd string, 11th fret. So again, it's a slide from the 8th fret to the 10th fret on the 5th string. We're just walking down. Hit, 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 bend, come back, end on that 2nd string, 11th fret. Kind of give that some vibrato and you know, drag that note out. Okay, so far we've got the first section, the walk down. Do that slow until you get it. It's actually, it kind of rolls off your fingers once you get it, but it's a slide, hit, 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 bend, come back, end here. Give that some loving. Now the next section is going to be this right here. We're just going to keep it simple right there, just a couple of notes. So what I'm doing there is I'm barring bottom 2 strings on the 8th fret, which means I'm holding down both the 1st string and the 2nd string on the 8th fret with just one finger, kind of just the pad of my index finger. And then I'm hammering on the 11th fret, 2nd string, and then I'm hitting once on the 1st string, 8th fret. So again, that's a hammer on the 2nd string, 11th fret, and then open on the, or rather, not open, but 1st string, 8th fret. So hammer on the 11th. We're going to slide from the 11th to 13th on the 2nd string. And then we're going to do that same bar number we had on the 8th, but rather on the 11th this time. And we're going to hit both those strings that we're barring right here. So here's the hammer. Here's the open. Here's the slide from the 11th to 13th on the 2nd. And then we're just going to hit those two twice like that. So far what we've got is the first section. That was the walk down. Here we're barring those first 2 strings. And then we're doing that number there with the hammer, the open, quote unquote, the slide, and then the pluck of the 2 strings. So the next section is going to be like this. And then we're basically done after that. It's just kind of a walk up, and then we're ending it off with the chords. So we're really close. We're getting there. So let me pick up from where I left off. So after you pluck those two strings, let them ring out. You're still barring here on the 11th. I'm going to come on 13th on the first string. I'm going to hit the 13th once. I'm going to hit the 11th once. I'm going to come back to 13th, and I'm going to do a hard bend. And I'm going to come back to 11th on the first string. Ending there, and I'm going to do a slide up from 11 to 13. And then end right back where we were on the first string, 11th fret. So after that, hit, off, bend, come back. Here's the slide, 11 to 13. Ending on the first string, 11th fret. And we're going to slide again from 13th to 11th. And then we're going to end on 8th fret, 2nd string. So I'll do that real slow. So far we've got sorry, I kind of went off there at the end and ended it out, but so far we've got here's that hammer, here's the bend. That's what we got so far. And then the last part is super easy. It's just a walk down. We're going to be getting on the 3rd string, 8th fret. Sorry, this is the 10th fret. So after our, it's going to be 10th fret on the 3rd, 8th fret on the 3rd, 10th, and then that's a bend. So it's 10th fret on the 3rd, 8th fret on the 3rd, bend on the 3rd, and then it's just a walk down. It's 4th fret on the 8th, 4th fret on the 10th, 4th fret on the 8th. I'm sorry, 4th string on the 8th, 4th string on the 10th, 5th string on the 10th, and then slide down to 5th string on the 6th. And then basically, if your capo's on, you're just playing a C chord at that point. So kind of got choppy and sloppy there at the end. But after your here's a slide down from 13 to 11, ending on that 2nd string on the 8th fret. Here's your 3rd string, 3rd on the 10th, 3rd on the 8th, 3rd on the 10th, bend, back to 3rd on the 8th. Here's the walk down, 4th on the 10th, 4th on the 8th, 5th on the 10th, sliding down to that C. All right, guys, I'll play it through real quick for y'all one time. Okay, so real slow, kind of explaining what I'm doing. It's the slide up first section. Those two slides. Here's the walk down. Here we're barring those first two strings on the 8th. We're hammering. We're hitting first string on the 8th. We're sliding 11th to 13th on the 2nd string. Hitting twice. We are on the 13th first string, hitting once, 11th on the first. Here's that big bend. Here's ending back on the 11th on the first. Here's a slide from the 11th to 13th on the second string. 11th on the first. Here's the slide back down, 13th to 11, ending on the second string on the 8th fret. And then we're at third string on the 10th fret, third string on the 8th, third string on the 10th with the big bend, third string on the 8th, fourth string on the 10th, fourth string on the 8th, fifth string on the 10th, back down to C. That's the whole thing. Hopefully that helps. I probably won't be making any tabs for this. I figured it'd be easier just to make a video. But if you really need tabs, maybe I can help you out. So leave a comment, what have you. But I think that's going to help. Appreciate y'all watching. Adios.